Hi, and welcome to the module quiz on theoretical probability. This is for module 12, and let's get started. Josue tosses a coin and spins the spinner at the right. What are the possible outcomes? Well, we could do this here. So the what we could have are tosses a coin. So what could you get when you toss a coin? You can get heads or you can get tails. And then if you get heads, then you spin the spinner and it looks like you can get red when you spin the spinner, or you can get green. And then if you get tails, you can then spin the spinner and get red and then get green. So the way you represent this is you say you get heads and red, or you can get heads and green, or you can get um, tails and red, or tails and green. Um, yeah, that's about it. Or what they actually have here is, let's see, red is 1. So actually, what I should be saying is heads and 1, heads and 2, tails and 1, and tails and 2. That might be more accurate. Heads and 1, heads and 2, tails and 1, tails and 2. Okay, so uh, on the next one, experimental probability of simple events while bowling with friends. Brandy rolls a strike 6 out of 10 frames. What is the experimental probability that Brandy will roll a strike in the first frame of the next game? Well, that probability she has is 6 out of 10. And so that's it. And you can simplify 6 tenths to 3 fifths. And that would be our answer, 3 fifths. Next one, Ben is greeting customers at a music store. One of the first 20 people he sees enter the store, 13 are wearing jackets, 7 are not. What is the experimental probability that the next person to enter the store will be wearing a jacket? Well, of the 20 people, 13 are 13 are wearing jackets out of 20. And that is simply it. It's just 13 out of 20. Okay, now the next thing we have is experimental probability now of compound events. That means that it's two simple events that happen. And a simple event is simply something that just happens, like what we had up here. A simple event would be doing one thing, like rolling a strike in bowling, or picking out the people that wear jackets. That's a simple event. So we have at least two events here. So he rolled the Auden rolled two number cubes and recorded the results. Here are the results. You can go from 1 to 6 on a number cube. What's the experimental probability that the sum of the next two numbers rolled is greater than 5? Well, let's see how many of these had a sum of greater than 5. This sum is 3. This is 9, 5, 4, 4, 8, 8. How many of these have a sum that's greater than 5? Well, this one's greater than 5. This one's greater than 5, and that's greater than 5. So 3 out of the 7. And that's our answer. 3 out of the 7. Next, making predictions. Let's see. A player on a school baseball team reaches first base 3 out of 10 of the times he's at bat. Of 80 times at bat, how many times would you predict he will reach first base? Well, it's 80 times 3 tenths. That'll be pretty easy. 80 times 3 tenths, 80 over 1. I see the opportunity to cross cancel here, and that's 8. And 8 times 3 is 24 over 1, which is 24. There you go. Okay. How is probability used to make predictions? And this is what I have for you. You can use the experimental probability based on observation or simulation to set up a proportion and use the proportion to predict a value. Well, that's it. That's all you got to know for this module quiz. I hope it's been helpful. Thanks for watching.